Mike, Mike didn't want to go, but he
No, he
had to get
sure
out of
did.
here. Man, what a first trash run that we have for the 2021 season. It feels good to get that out of here, get it out of the house. The house is smelling a little bit cleaner, a little bit finer. Now that the house is clean and we're feeling loose and relaxed, how about we get a little bold?
Ooh,
How about we get some
some bold takes.
I mean, I don't want to give you anything, but I definitely want to take something.
Ooh, okay. All right.
So
Who's starting off? You or me?
you go ahead and start off because you gave me that awesome gift last time while I think about my bold take.
All right. My bold take. I'm going to describe my take to you, and it's not going to sound bold.
Okay.
I'm going to take a 1-0 team to win over an 0-1 team. Doesn't sound bold, right?
Not at first glance, it does not.
Let me tell you the teams now.
Okay.
The
I'm
0-1
interested.
team is the Cleveland Browns, and they are going to lose to the 1-0 Houston Texans. Ty God Taylor revenge game.
It can't be.
It can be.
You think the Texans continue this run?
Who's to say they can't?
Exactly. You said they can't. They can't not continue it, right? So they go 3-0. Let's take even further. They go 3-0 this season. Who says no?
I don't know. Who do they play next week?
Don't worry about it. They go 3-0, right? I love that take.
No. They
Mark
go
it.
2 and
Stamp
0.
it.
2
3
and
0.
0.
They
2 and
go
0
3-0. I
before they
love
come
it.
crashing back to earth.
I think I think the Houston Texans whip on the Carolina Panthers next week at home and continue this hot start. Tie VP. Tie VP. Tie VP. Tie VP. It just has a great ring to it. It has a great ring to it. Who
No, it
says no?
doesn't have a great ring to it.
What?
And Heineke is picked off for the third time tonight.
All righty.
James Bradbury takes it to the house. His second pick six of the night.
Okay. All right.
And
All
that
right.
one'll do it. The Giants win 31-6.
All right. All right. Listen, we're
You're not so
tanking.
fun when the shoe's on the other foot, is it?
Listen, man, this is uncalled for. This is uncalled for. I didn't even do anything wrong to you, man. I did nothing wrong to you. You didn't have to do that. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback.
That is your quarterback. You've been hyping this guy up all offseason.
I've been talking about it all offseason. I knew this day was going to come. I just didn't expect it to happen week 2. Or
So
not even week 2. Quarter 2 of week 1. So I don't know. We'll ride with Heineke. We'll see what he does. We'll see how he plays now that especially a divisional team can game plan for him for a short week. But it's still a divisional opponent, so they definitely have done game plan all offseason for us. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a conspiracy theory actually. We can quick sidebar before we continue these hot takes.
all right.
Not
I'm
even
listening.
so allegedly. I believe this was talked about on either Brian Mitchell or JP Finley, one of the reporters for the Washington football team, and it was talked about on their podcast that um that Ryan Fitzpatrick hurt his hip in the offseason at a water park. And so this is like not a new injury to his hip, but more of a re-aggravation to it.
Hmm.
I saw a little inkling. I haven't like read more to like see if it's like true or false, but that's a little conspiracy theory. So we can put our hats on to possibly is that a thing? Is this a real thing? Is this a real story? But if the beat reporters are talking about it,
I don't. He is like 50 something, so he's probably due for a hip replacement surgery pretty soon.
Oh wow. I'm sorry. Bobby Mitchell got his number retired. That's wild. Washington doesn't really retire numbers. Like, because 21 is like not officially retired, but it's kind of like unofficially retired. You know what I mean? Like, people don't wear it.
Isn't Landon Collins wearing it?
No, he's wearing 26. Which I thought, I can't even remember if Landon started. I think Landon started with us at 20, and then I think he switched to 26 because he wanted to get to 21 after his first season, but he just wasn't good enough first season. But yeah. But anywho, okay. I got a hot take for you guys, and I actually meant to give you this hot take on what day was it? On Tuesday. I meant to give you this take on Tuesday, but we got caught up in a bunch of other stuff.
We did a lot of stuff Tuesday.
A lot. I think that Derek Carr will be in the conversation of MVP.
You're high.
And
You said Derek Carr?
I said Derek
You're high.
Carr. And maybe I could be just riding the wave of emotions from that insane Monday Night Football game that we saw against the Baltimore Ravens, who is no slouch of a team, but that offense was definitely on something that night. But, you know, let's talk stats, shall we? Should we talk stats? You like stats, right? You like numbers.
When they support my narrative.
But so just ride with me real quick. Get in the car, ride with me.
All right. You
You
put my
know,
seatbelt on like J.C. Horn.
one
Like
of
wraps up.
one thing that Derek Carr does not get talked about for being good at is being a clutch quarterback. Or I don't even say good at, but it's not talked about enough. Since 2014, there's only been one quarterback more clutch or more game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime than Derek Carr. You know who that quarterback is?
I have a feeling I might know who this quarterback is.
Well, this quarterback played for a terrible team and a terrible organization for 9 years. I want to say it was like 9 years, I think, or 9 or 11 years. I forget how long.
It was at least 10. He
Matt,
did attend the University of Georgia.
he is a dog. And also, if I'm not mistaken, Derek Carr is a dog as well. But not that kind of dog. He's not dog, but he a dog.
A different dog.
I think Fresno State is the Bulldogs too, right?
I believe they are, yes.
But anywho, Matthew Stafford, a guy who had to put terrible teams on his back for years. There's a storyline going right now in the news that Calvin Johnson said we can restore our relationship. Pay me $1.6 million and then we're fine. But Detroit wants them to do all these stuff. It's like, nah, I try to hear all that. Pay me that $1.6 million that you made me repay, and we be good. Matthew Stafford is one of the quarterbacks that I'm excited to see what he actually does this year because of the fact that he is in a bigger market, but also a better team and better situation, and with a better defense for damn sure.
An actual NFL coach.
An actual NFL coach, and he's going to do big things. But I think Derek Carr can do big things as well this season. And I think he can have MVP caliber year. You know, it's John Gruden, so take that with a grain of salt. But the fact is that John Gruden did call up a pretty good game plan. They were having some rough. They started off a little rough, but they got that thing going. They have a cast of wide receivers that could be pretty comparable to a lot of good teams. They're very young, but they have a lot of talent, like Henry Ruggs, Brian Edwards, Hunter Renfrow at wide receiver, and then you got your number one guy, obviously, Darren Waller. They kind of have a, well, this is going to sound crazy. They kind of have a Kansas City Chiefs kind of vibe to them in terms of the fact that their number one guy is the tight end. They're going to feed him. They're going to find him. And then they got speed guys, but, they got their go-to. Well, Hunter Renfrow is also the go-to third and Renfrow. I mean, third and Renfrow is the thing they talk about in Las Vegas. I like their cast of players. We'll see if Josh Jacobs is healthy. He had a toe issue, and those turf toes are going to be really tricky, especially with the explosion. But they do have Kenyon Drake as a backup. So they have a guy who can also catch the ball at the backfield. He's not as explosive and good as Josh Jacobs, but they have a talented offense. That defense is kind of explosive, but they're scary. They're scary because they can be really streaky, but they have a pass rush that can be pretty good.
Zach Crosby and
Carl Nassib. And then I don't know if he's playing or not, but your boy from Clemson.
Yeah, Cleveland Farrell.
Yeah, I don't know if they still like him, if he fell out of him, but they got a rotation of guys. He was a high draft pick. Their secondaries comes into question. If they can make a trade with the New England Patriots, that would be very interesting. But I think Derek Carr, he has been a guy who's constantly been top 5 in passing yards over the last couple of years. He's constantly getting better. He's in the same offense with John Gruden. This could finally be the year that they can break that 50-50 win streak and maybe go 60-40, 70-30 wins. I am definitely smoking something crazy, but the fact that I believe this, but it's possible. This was a big win. This was a big win on Monday Night Football that could really turn the tides and really get that team